common model understood by most people is that the way we think affects the way we feel, which in turn affects the way that we behave. Though in our culture and in the world in general, we probably give too much weight to our feelings and we let our feelings impact our behavior in a way that they really shouldn't. We don't have to be slaves to our feelings. We can override our feelings with our will, with simply being determined to do so. Now, this model is helpful, especially when you're dealing with patients or people that are struggling with depression. You help them to focus on or to think about the things that they're grateful for, which in turn helps them to feel more hopeful, which in turn causes them to get out in the world, to walk their dog, to be with friends, and it ultimately pushes them or pulls them out of their depression. Now, that's not to say that there aren't chemical causes of depression that require medication and such. That is very true. But in many cases, simply changing the way they feel, the way they think, changes the way they feel, which changes the way they behave. Now, how does this apply to marriage? During this time where we might be feeling extra irritated or annoyed or frustrated by our partner because we're in close quarters, it's important to override those feelings with our will. And one of the things I might recommend that you would do is to ask your partner, what's one thing I could do this week that would make you feel loved? And then if it is a reasonable request, go ahead and commit to do that by a certain date. I asked my late husband that question a number of years ago. He passed away many years ago now. And I said, what's one thing I could do that would make you feel loved, or that would make you happier with me as your wife? He was a good old boy from Western North Carolina, and he looked at me and he said, make me chicken and dumplings. Which I thought, shoo, that was all you want? Oh my goodness, I skated by that one pretty easily and pretty well. I've also asked my children that question. What's one thing as your mom that I'm doing that makes you happy, that makes you feel good that I'm your mom? And what's one thing you'd like to see me do differently? And many years ago, I asked my youngest son, when he was 8 years old, that question, what can I do to make you feel loved this week? And he said, Mom, you know those kind of dinners where you put food in the bowls and you pass them around the table? Could we do that? And of course, I immediately had immense mother guilt because I had been doing quite a bit of takeout, and that was not was not what they wanted or what was needed. So I encourage you to get with your partner sometime today or this evening and ask them, what's the one thing I could do to help you feel loved? And even if you feel irritated with your partner, annoyed with your partner, frustrated with your partner, if you do that one thing using your will rather than your feelings, I promise you it will have a positive impact on your relationship.